Hello, Y Chromosome is back. Yes, believe it or not, I ain't gave up on YouTube yet. I'm back with another video, back in effect. This is brought to you by Assassin's Creed. I wish. I ain't making a dime off these motherfuckers. But anyways, I'm doing this for fun. This is so fun doing this stuff. Yeah, Assassin's Creed is a great movie. I mean, I not great. It was fucking good. It wasn't great. But that's a video for another time to review it. I thought it was okay. It was good, you know. But, yeah, I don't regret my purchase. So that's what you're going to be focusing on as I tell you about my wrestling journey that I've had. Let me see. I started watching wrestling when I was a kid, basically. I was about, maybe 8, 9, 7, before I was 10, 13, 14, off and on. I remember my dad used to, be in a room in the mornings watching it. And I used to go in the room, I used to watch it with him, see Hulk Hogan. I fell in love with Hulk Hogan. Yes, I was one of those kids that was a Hulkamaniac. But I didn't realize what drew me to Hulk Hogan until I was much older. I realized I liked the Incredible Hulk. And Hulk Hogan was like the embodiment of the Incredible Hulk in human form. I liked them big muscles he had, and He reminded me of the Incredible Hulk, you know, because I like the Incredible Hulk. You know, I used to watch the old Incredible Hulk films when I was a kid. When he used to transform, I used to be amazed at that. Even to this day, it's amazing if you watch it by today's standards. So, technologies have really pushed the limit today, technology. But anyways, back to the topic. I don't want to go on a tangent. Yeah, I was watching it then. I was a fan of Hulk Hogan, yes. And then I stopped watching it. And I resumed watching it again, me and my brother, back in the Attitude Era, back in 98, 99. The Monday Night Wars, those were the shit. Those were the days. Yeah, Stone Cold, The Rock, Triple H, Shawn Michaels, DX. Oh my God, do you smell the Rockets cooking? All that. That was the shit. Monday Night Wars was where it was at. I mean, I used to turn back and forth from WCW to Monday Night Raw. Awesome times, good times. I really enjoyed myself back then. It was great. It was great. Wrestling was awesome then. It was, oh my God. The Attitude Era was definitely what it was. Attitude. Me and my brother loved every second of it. Holy shit. Every Monday night we tuned in, but we was more into Raw as opposed to WCW. You know, but we switched back and forth and everything. I liked Hulk Hogan as a heel too. I liked that Hollywood gimmick. It was great. I thought it was about time for him to turn heel because he was a face for so long, you know. I wasn't among the ones who was like heartbroken and upset about it. Not me. I actually enjoyed his heel turn, Hulk Hogan. Anyways, fast forward I stopped watching wrestling again. I stopped following it. I don't know what it was. I think it was 2000 and 2001. I stopped. Something like that. I stopped. And then I resumed following it again in 2005. And this wasn't too long before Eddie Guerrero unfortunately passed away. You know, that was fucked up when I found that out because I had just started watching wrestling again. And I started following it. And it was still good to me. It was. It wasn't Attitude Era, no, but it was still fucking great. You know, it was great, you know. Then in 1998, what I'm talking about. Then in year 2008, they implemented this PG era. I knew from the get-go that PG was going to be the downfall of this company. I did. I didn't want to believe it, but I felt that when they went to PG, I was like, what are you guys doing? Why are you going to tone this down? Why are you taking the edge off? Like John Cena's character, he was great as a TV-14 adult, like, entertainer. He was much better that way. You know, I still like them I still like PG Cena too. But there was something about that rated R Cena that I really loved. You know, that TV-14 vibe Cena. He was so great with just wrecking people and being a savage. You know, it was something about him that was alluring to me. A lot of people hated Cena. I never hated him. I always liked him. He was an inspiration to me, you know. Hustle, loyalty, respect. I was about, what, 24, 25? Let me see, 20. No, I was older than that. Let me see, in 2008, 2009. Yeah, I was about 28, 27. Anyways, yeah, I was all into Cena, man. You know, they had to change. I hated when he changed his name from the submission from the STFU, which abbreviation for shut the fuck up. They changed that into the STF because of the PG. They got rid of the chair shots to the head. I didn't mind that, you know, because I can see why they would do that, you know. But I didn't know they would go so far as the years rolled on as to delete all these moves. They deleted the power drive, and they stopped doing that. Any type of moves, you know, like going for the head, the power driver, that sucked. Deleting that move. You know, the PG era really crippled this company. But I'm getting ahead of myself. So I didn't like the PG era. I didn't like it when they implemented it, but it was still watchable. You know, it was still pretty good, but I can see the decline was happening, especially when year 10 rolled around was when I stopped watching completely. I mean, I had moved, and me and my girlfriend broke up, and I moved, and I had free cable for like 2 months. But by then, I was already dying regarding wrestling because I was already not interested in barely watching it then. I was still watching it. It got to the point where I didn't give a shit if I missed 10 minutes of it. I didn't care. This was back in year 10. I didn't care if I missed 10 minutes of it. I didn't give a shit. You know, it used to be I used to give a shit if I missed 5 minutes. I used to hated it. You know, but by year 10, I was like, nah. You know, it was still good, but then I lost cable, and that's when it all fell apart for me. You know, I didn't give a shit if I watched it again. I didn't even realize I fell out of love with it so hard until I lost cable, and I wasn't gonna try to get it back on to watch wrestling no more because I was done with it. You know, I was like, this ain't shit anymore. You know. They cut out the fucking the occasional swear words, you know, by year 10. I'm like, this ain't the same, man. You know, so I stopped watching wrestling, and I only kept up with the WrestleMania. Me and my dad used to get together and watch it every year because the Undertaker streak. I told my dad, I said, Lewis, I always call him by his name. I said, Lewis, once Undertaker loses their streak, I'm not watching WrestleMania no more. There's no point for me to watch WrestleMania because I'm not keeping up with the wrestling anyway. Every WrestleMania, somebody knows, oh, this is a new guy, you know. This person's still here? Okay, cool. That's how it was at every WrestleMania. You know, it was fun. You know, my dad spent time together, get that bond going. It was Undertaker, you know, he keeping the streak. And then the day came when Brock Lesnar, I happened to miss that WrestleMania at that time. I'm glad I did because I would have been so fucking mad. Brock Lesnar, of all people, defeated the Undertaker streak. People were fucking pissed, man. Rightly so. Like, why did they choose this guy to defeat the Undertaker? Why couldn't it have been Shawn Michaels Shawn Michaels? He was retired by then. Why couldn't it have been Triple H? Why couldn't it have been somebody like CM Punk? I would have took him over Brock Lesnar. You know, I'm like, come on, Brock Lesnar? What the fuck? This is the very guy that was bitching about WWE when he was out in MMA. He was knocking WWE. Big time. He returns. This is back when I stopped watching. I found out he came back. This is back time when I stopped watching wrestling. He returns. And he ends up beating the streak. They chose him to beat The Undertaker. Wow. That was mind-blowing. That's what I said. I said, well, no more wrestling for me. I was done, you know. But, you know, when 2015 rolled around, not 2015, when 2016 rolled around, I started watching it again, but I wasn't watching the current product. I was watching the old matches that I liked, like Attitude Era, Ruthless Aggression clips and stuff. And I was watching some Wrestle Talk, What Culture Wrestling. I used to watch those. WrestleLamia. I used to watch that channel. What Culture, WrestleLamia. No, it was, What Culture Wrestling. It was those. But if they talked about current events, I wouldn't watch them. I only watched if they talked about the past or certain characters. You know, like mini biographies of characters, character bios and stuff like that. I only watched that and old matches. So that was from like 2016, 2017. It was like off and on. I didn't watch it like every day, you know. So when 2018 rolled around, about 2018, it was like late 2017. I started watching the current product on where it's at now, you know, like what's going on currently. I said, you know, I noticed that the biggest change that I noticed since I stopped watching it was the women. And I was happy about they really evolved since 2010. I was amazed. You know, they getting the cage matches and Last Woman Standing in NXT. Man, I was like, holy shit, these are matches I dreamed that women could be in back when I was coming up. In year 5 and year 8, I said, why can't women be in a cage match? You know, they don't have to bleed, but come on. You know, so I was like, that's pretty cool, man. And I missed that. And that's Sasha Banks versus Charlotte Flair. That Hell in a Cell like match they had. That's why I'm thinking it was a Hell in a Cell match. I saw that motherfucker late last year, and I was like, wow, that was a good match. Those women put on a show inside that steel structure. I was like, wow, women can do it too. I already knew they could because they was garbage. Especially back in the 90s and the early 2000s, women matches was a fucking yawn. It was like when a women's match happened, if it wasn't a bikini contest or fucking some type of like lingerie, whatever, if it was just a match, it was time to go make a sandwich. It was a sandwich break time with me, you know, mostly, except when Trish Stratus was in the ring. She was awesome. She actually could perform, and she even got better as time went on. But she was like one of the few that could actually put on a fucking performance in the ring. Most of the women couldn't wrestle for shit. You know, the women's division really stepped up, you know, especially in NXT. But that's another video from the time. NXT is amazing. Anyways, it was like I think I started really following it, keeping up with it around 2018 of WrestleMania. 2018 of WrestleMania. That's when I started really following it. I started looking at podcasts, reviews, and stuff like that. And to make a long story short, wrestling has gotten worse. I mean, the product itself has gotten much worse since 2010. People say since 2014, but hey, I wasn't really watching it then. And I started learning about how it's bad. And I was like, yeah, I agree. And what got me the most was scripted promos. I was like, when somebody said all these promos are scripted, I was like, bullshit. I went to Google that. I thought the person was fucking lying, talking out of his ass. I found out that man was telling the truth. I could not fuck. I said, wait a minute. They telling them what to say before they get out to the ring. They can't cut their own promos? What the fuck? No wonder it sucks. I mean, awful. No wonder it's bad. And the more that I watched these podcasts, the more I found myself agreeing with. I said, yes. And yes, I did used to like Roman Reigns when I started following the current product. I did like him. I wanted him to beat Brock Lesnar at the 2018 WrestleMania. I wanted him to beat Brock Lesnar. I really did. But he failed, and I was like, fuck Roman Reigns. I wouldn't say, it was kayfabe, fuck Roman Reigns. It was all kayfabe with me. I was like, this guy, man, he's a loser. And, you know. And then later, when I started learning about this character, how he contributed to the downfall of them pushing him so much, and everybody else is being left on the back burner, I was like, yeah, and I started thinking back, and they started showing me clips, and they started talking about how Roman Reigns is like Vince McMahon want Roman Reigns to be the face and nobody else wants him to be the face. Because I remember watching that tape. I mean, not tape. I remember watching that video where Roman Reigns got booed so fucking loud. I felt bad for him. And this is before I started finding out about him. Why people don't like him. I thought they were just mad because he retired, quote unquote, The Undertaker. But they was booing loud. They was saying, fuck you, Roman. He couldn't get a word in. I was like, damn, they hate this guy. You know. But yeah, I used to like Roman Reigns, man. I mean, like I said, I was new to the guy. I wasn't watching him since 2014 when he went on his own after the Shield. I didn't know about the Shield or nothing. I had to learn all about that in 2018. Last year. So, yeah, that's pretty much my wrestling experience. Today is garbage. It's fucking garbage. I'll make more videos on it too because I'm still following it. I'm still watching podcasts. There's 3 podcasts I watch religiously. JD from New York 206, Joe Cronin, and BC Amplified. I watch all 3 of their videos regarding wrestling religious. I don't miss a single video regarding wrestling from those 3 guys. So, anyway, shout out to them. Yeah. It sucks, man. Wrestling is fucking garbage today. It's really bad. This is not a fucking opinion. This is fucking fact. Because the numbers speak for itself. They reached a record-breaking low ratings. Ratings have never been this low since they began. Which is amazing. And they outdid themselves 6 times last year. 6 fucking times. And then, their ratings got so fucking low that Vince McMahon started to do a shake things up. He gotta shake it up. Shake it up. Oh, you gotta shake things up. Yeah. So he did the shake up early fucking December. That he said new matches. He promised new matches. He fucking promised new faces. No rematches for the title. All that turned out to be bullshit. We got new faces, but the same fucking shit. They still fucking over people. And yes, I do admit, I'm gonna admit this. It started to get better. They was making baby steps. They started getting more edgy and everything. And I was like, holy shit, it's getting better. It got to the point where, I swear to God, I'm a man. I'm not gonna admit it. I'm gonna admit it. I got teary-eyed. Yes, I did. Because I want WWE to succeed. I want it to get better. I know I can get better. And I know Vince McMahon has to go. He has to fucking go. I know he does. Triple H needs to take over because he knows what he's doing. Vince McMahon's lost his vision. This man is over. He's done. It's over for him. That's all I got to say about him. You know, it's just over for this guy. He needs to step down. The company is suffering with him. I could go on and on about why. I mean, I could go on about like why it's bad. I can go on about how Vince McMahon contributed to this shit. You know, but yeah, but when it was getting that edge back and everything, they was fucking trying, man. And I was getting like teary eyed. I was like, not like teary, like eyes watering, but I was getting really emotional. I was like, yes, this is what I want. Cause that's why I keep watching it. People got that, well, if you don't like it, you don't watch. Well, fuck you, man. I'm watching because I want to see it get better. I don't want to stop watching it and then come back 10 years later, come find out it's been great for like 8 years. I wish I was there to see it get great. I want to be there. Live. I want to be alive. I want to see it when it gets better. And you can't do that if you stop watching. You just can't. So, and I don't even watch, speaking of watching, I don't even fucking watch it on TV. I don't do it. I only watch fucking clips off YouTube. WWE.com. I watch clips. That's all I do. And I get a few highlights. The majority of the shit is fucking garbage. You know, oh, they dropped the ball. Let me see. When did WWE drop the ball about this fucking shaking things up? Shake up. It's a shake up. And all that shit. Yeah, I'm shaking the phone on purpose. Because Vince McMahon's supposed to shake things up. It's retarded ass. The last 2 weeks, the first 2 weeks of January. How'd it go? You see, January. Yeah. The first 2 weeks of the first 2 weeks of January was actually good. Those are the last 2 weeks that it was actually Raw was actually fucking good. I can't believe I'm saying this. But when the third week rolled around, they dropped the ball. It was 2018 all over again. I've been posting that shit on YouTube. You know, like it's nobody's business. They just dropped the ball. It's 2018 all over again. They got fucking shallow again. Yeah, still some fucking highlights. You know, it's still some moments that I like. But that's getting less and less now. You know, it's like, fuck, man. Everything they take away from me. Everything they take away, I get fucking pissed and depressed. You know, it's crazy. That's why I'm glad AEW is on the horizon, because they really got to step up their game. This AEW, I got the strongest feeling that AEW is going to blow their asses out the water if they don't watch themselves. I already believe that. I can see AEW blowing their ass out the water. Not everybody agrees. Some people think AEW is just a phase. It's going to fade away, or somebody actually said that WWE may end up buying AEW in the future, just like they bought WCW. You know. I don't see that happening. I see AEW as a competition, but that's another video from another time, how I feel about this AEW. But to make a long story short about them, I'm excited for AEW. I'm excited for it. It's I feel they're going to do a good job. I just hope that AEW causes WWE to step up their game. You know, given that Vince McMahon is going to be here, this guy needs to go. He really fucking does. Oh my fucking God. He really destroyed this company. His father turned over to him. You know, Vince McMahon once had his vision. He once delivered on great wrestling product. But his time has passed. He's gone. Vince McMahon is gone. He's a shell of his former self. So that's enough for me. Just 25 minutes, about 25 minutes of this video. I knew it was going to be a long one. I think this is the longest video I've ever done on my channel, to be honest. Anyways, I'm out. Enjoy you guys' day or night, whatever time you're watching this video. Love you, and comment, and maybe you can subscribe. You know, subscribe to my channel. You can comment below. Let me know what you think, because I want to get some more comments on my videos. I'm lonely. Give me some comments. In the future, I will be showing my face. you know. So you can see who is talking to you. I am a human being, it's not a robot. I don't sound like these wrestlers who are going out there memorizing the fucking script, sound like a fucking robot, you know. But I'll make that a separate for how I feel about this scripted promos and why it's detrimental for this company, you know. Anyways, peace out and love.